Are you a hobo noob YouTuber who's actually considering vlogging with a wide-angle lens in your hand, like a moron? Let me save you from yourself. Let's talk about gear and why it matters more than you think.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So I got a comment the other day, it went something like, how come this vlog looks so amazing? Tell me your secrets, I know nothing. Save me from myself. He was unfamiliar with compression vlogging. What a basic bitch. Oh, that's a problem. We're on the Fuji XH2s with a 35mm 21.4, of course. Slightly extended. Beyond your means. Wide open, of course. ND filters engaged. So he was, of course, referring to my vlog on the Nikon Z6 III with the 40mm Tony 2 extended out here with red LUTs, and it was like, holy cow, how does that look so good? Because it's so hard. That's why. Effort is what you're seeing. Super heavy thing on a long tripod. You would never expect it. You would never expect to witness it, but you do. And when it happens in your life, you're just like, what happened? What was that? How are you getting that look? It's the compression of a portrait lens, but extended out there with Herculean strength, provided by the Monkey Strength program, of course. I didn't say that right. I said program. Yeah. I swallowed the M. It's heavy. Make sure you prepare. You don't know what awaits you. It's not really possible on a lot of systems, but you could do this on a Sony, full frame. ZV-E1 with the Zeiss 35 2.8. You're joking. How's the Stabe? Decent? No?
What's going on, man? What's going on over there, bud? What are we doing here?
Got a long compression vlog happening.
What are we making? Like,
You can't see.
you can't help nobody.
Wow.
That's a heavy-duty thing you're doing.
Yeah. Do you have any wise words of
I
advice?
have no idea about cameras. No,
Just life.
Life is just great.
Life is great.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's all about the attitude.
Well, yeah.
Here,
Everyone, you know what's
Don't
up.
autofocus on him, Fuji.
See the
You
devil,
keep
buddy.
me, Fuji.
I need.
So you've probably heard the lie that gear doesn't matter. Man, oh, you just shoot with whatever you have. The best camera is the one in your pocket. No. For me, yes, I could run this whole show on the worst camera ever made, a Kodak. I could manually focus it and be like, hey, this is my thing. And I could do that and be successful. I think Baldwin Bankrupt just uploaded a video. I couldn't even count the number of views. It was so high. I'm in the shade, but it doesn't matter. Fuji dynamic range. But for others like me, I enjoy the process of the gear. That's part of why I film. For example, the other day I went out to find a location. I stumbled upon this secret spot I've never seen before. I wasn't even planning on going there, but I saw this thing that said like Leslie Lookout, and then there was this fake beach and a post-apocalyptic scene. I was like, oh, cool. And so like going out there, I was just gonna bring the Fuji, but then I was like, I just made a Sony versus Fuji video, and I didn't even go outside and compare, so I figured I'd throw that in the mix. And then like after that, I went out to make a video for Vegetable Police, rode deep into nature and just used the Fuji. I stopped it down to Tony 2, manually focused. I was like, oh yeah, this is fun for me, just seeing the results of the gear I have. So part of why I'm making this video is just to see what would this look like with a 35mm 53 equivalent lens. Walking, is it stable enough? Is the Tone too much for our own good? Is Fuji Magic highlighting our world? So that's part of the fun for me, is deciding what to film on instead of what to film. That's what you should be focusing on. But for me, it's like, okay, what am I gonna film? Let's use the Nikon today with a Z lens. Haven't done that in a while. I'm always adapting Canon glass. Okay, no, let's do the Fuji now. Fuji's the new kid on the block, so we're filming with that. C70 is still waiting for that speed booster. It's collecting dust in my attic. For the past like 2 years, I've been in like an experimental phase where I'm just testing a bunch of gear, different focal lengths, different levels of vintage pop. I'm just like, okay, I've seen all that now. I feel like we've settled on a good group of gear, just some nice lenses that I love and all the different systems. You can test all the different color sciences and focal lengths, and I'm pretty content. There's really nothing right now that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to find a deal on that. Like, I bought it all. I have everything. There's nothing left. Thanks to you hobos for donating terrible gifts that I test and sell. And all the companies, they send me a free lens, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Sell. Just sold that Miki finally for $450. Side rant. It's a copyright strike waiting to happen. Nope. Keep walking, good sir. Side rant. I'm trying to sell the Viltrox 135 1.8. It's clinical, it's sharp, but it's flat. So it does not need to exist in my house. So I'm trying to sell it. I looked it up, it's about 1,200 Canadian plus tax, almost 1,400. I list it for 1,200 just for the, sometimes you throw it high because you know you're gonna get a bunch of lowball offers like, hey, will you take 200 and a Samyang Prime? Like, no, I won't. But, so I list it, and I get this message from some guy. He's like, that's too high, bro. Your price is so high, brand new. It's only $760 American. And it's like, no, it's not. There's something called tax and customs fees. Jabron. It was just annoying to get the comment because I'm always selling gear very cheap. The Miki lens, I got $450 for it. I think it's like 800 new Canadian. It's ridiculous. I'm always giving deals because I've been given so much. So if somebody makes me a reasonable offer, it's like, boom, accepted. Come now, it's yours. Thanks to you hobos for all the gifts and the companies sending me stuff to I almost decapitated her. I have acquired money and I put it back into the channel, and now we have all the best gear that I would have ever bought. C70, Fuji, Sony, Nikon. Nothing else from Panasonic. You're losers. But gear is fun. Should I stick with one and learn the camera, the ins and outs, and perfect it? You could do that. That could be fun for you. You get the best results when you really know a camera, and then everything is very quick because you're used to it. Now I have 4 different camera systems. They're all different things that you control. It's not right. So we're gonna get worse results than usual for a long time because I'll forget everything over and over again. For the longest time, I had almost nothing. The Panasonic G85 with the Sony X3000, that's all I needed for traveling. And a lav mic to protect our baby ears. But it's like, when I came back, I started getting a lot of offers and gifts, and it's like, I'm not gonna refuse it. And now I live in a castle. It's a junior 1-bedroom apartment with no attic. I lied about the attic. Ow. But as a camera YouTuber, it makes sense for me to be doing this, having lots of gear, testing things out and comparing them side by side. Nobody does it the way I want it to be done. Not one test exists. Sony a7S III versus ZV-E1 skin tone battle, except on my channel. I did it. I brought that to us. So it's like, thankfully, I've had a lot of superhero supporters of the channel giving me lots of stuff, and now I have the means because I wouldn't have spent my money on my own. I'll tell you that much, I'm cheap. I'm literally going to the dollar store to see if I can get Christmas lights because my bulbs died, and I think they'll be cheaper than on Amazon. I think I can save $4. So I'm walking 900 miles to the store. That's who you're talking to right now. So if you're ever having thoughts like, oh man, you sold out, you're using expensive gear now. If you were given $100,000 worth of camera gear, would you not sell most of it and then buy the one you wanted, the C70 for $4,000? That's a good deal right there. So I'm doing what I'm here to do. I switched to 4K and put the camera on a tripod, and now I'm free to be myself amongst my city, walking backwards, never getting hurt, Fuji autofocus keeping up the whole time, perfectly framed in the shot. Oh boy, oh, that's a mistake. Gear is fun. I almost sold this camera immediately, but lately it's been fun. So Fuji's back. We've ironed out the kinks of the autofocus. It's now perfect beyond Sony, and Sony has a place in my heart. I'll make a video soon about the 4 cameras I have and why I have them, why each of them is perfect, but we could just meld them all together. Canon ZV-E Fuji 1. I put that artful post in the background because I'm an artist and a movie, and I'm gonna leave now because the video, we learned nothing as usual, but I tested Fuji color science outside at noon, and that's the proper way to film. So, do you agree? Gear is the most important thing of all of our lives, no matter what you do for a living? Yep, post it. Even if you're a plumber, do you want like some bullshit wrench, or do you want the nice one with the grip and the fancy motorized AI part that ends up chopping one of your fingers off? That's the goal. The goal is Bitcoin donations. Subscribe for more videos.